Hello, Dahi here from Timeslip Softworks. Welcome to the 11th development video for Vigilantes, in which I'll show you what I've been working on since the last update, and I'll also play through the third and last mission of the first alpha release. For over the last, say, week and a half to 2 weeks, I've mostly been polishing and tweaking, and also looking for bugs. Now at this point I want to try and release with very few, preferably no bugs. So when you start looking for bugs, you will end up finding them. Most of the more complicated ones have been with more complicated systems, which are the AI and the inventory, and I think most of them are taken care of at this point. I also had a bug with the shop where you could drag items into the basket, then drag one of the stack out, and you could get all the items for nothing. So note to self, don't develop an e-commerce solution. So moving on to the playing the next mission. I've got two characters that will be in this mission, the main character and Elena Fury. As you can see, Elena Fury is more of a ranged fighter, whereas the main character is more of a kind of a close combat tank. I'm going to put another point. I have one stat point available for this guy, so I'll put 1 point in, and you notice that the close combat and the explosives has increased, the skill in those. Another thing that I need to do is I want to get a better weapon for Elena Fury. So I want to sell this stuff first, hopefully raise enough for an assault rifle. Okay, so that's 170. So I have enough for it, and I will also pick up, see if I can get 2 grenades out of it. That should make this mission a bit easier. Now I have played through a little more. I have replayed a couple of missions to get a bit extra resources and to level up the character. But that's more or less that now. And we can move on to the mission. Now you see the third mission, it's a fairly short description. Sam and Elena Fury go on a night patrol in Mafia occupied territory. Now there's no dialogue with this mission. Not all the missions will have dialogue. I think it would be overkill to try and write dialogue for all of them, and it would probably hurt the overall quality of the dialogue that is written to try and write that much of it. So in a kind of medium-sized map here, and I have to take out these Mafia characters. Now, as we know, Sam is the main character. You can see the larger portrait as the active character. So I'm going to move him up. He's a primarily set up for close combat, so I'm going to just throw him straight into the action. Elena Fury is more of a ranged character, so I'm going to hang back a bit with her and try to use her to pick off enemies. Now if she can't, we've only 2 AP left after the move, so we can't do anything with that. So we'll end the turn now and let the Mafia take their turn. I have actually noticed this recently. The enemy characters do have a tendency for ranged combat when they do have a melee weapon also. That's something I'm going to have a look at. I think the problem in this case is that ranged combat provides more kind of I guess instant gratification for the enemies. They don't have to close, so I need to change how the AI calculates these things. Okay, so I'll try to get stuck into the first character here. This character is set up for close combat, so he's pretty good chance to hit anything he comes up against. Pretty good shot there. Okay, just scouting around to see what I can get the best, who I can get the best hit chance on, and that would be this character. And it would be better if I could actually just get rid of her at this point. So I'll give that a try. It's a miss, unfortunately, and I have to let the Mafia take their turn now. That character's healing. main character's taking quite a beating here. So I'm going to I pretty much need to heal him, but I'm going to try and get a hit in. And I also have those grenades, but there's just not really a great opportunity to use them with the way the enemies have moved. And I have to end the turn at that. Once again, I'll increase. I don't have enough AP for a burst, so I'll go for a named single shot. You can tell that it's aimed when that little reticule appears there. Oh, unlucky. So the main character could conceivably be killed here. He's just one shot away from. So at this point, I'm probably just going to have to heal him as much as I can. That would only really protect him from 2 hits, so I think I need to try and heal again. And I think what I'll try to do is... No, not yet. I was thinking of moving the other character out to make her... I just hope that I can take down a character. No, this turn. It's not really looking very good. So I'm just going to heal twice here. I'm probably going to need to adjust this. It seems that there's just to do too much healing. Right, that's one dealt with in a way. I didn't even need to use that hit with him, but... And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move her out because I want to try to draw some of the fire away from the main character. And hopefully let him do a bit of uninterrupted attacking. Okay, that's worked pretty well. Now... There's not really an opportunity to use any of these grenades. I'm going to heal because if I attack that guy again, there's a risk he's going to heal. So I'll see what I can do with. So I've got a 46% chance to hit, 26, 30, and 21. So I'm going to aim on this guy and just see if I can deal with him. Not enough to kill him, but... He's going to heal now, which is a bit of a nuisance. So if I can land these 2 attacks, I'll put him out of action too. Yes, that kind of needed that. Just skip moving for now. 30%. Give a reposition here. It will reduce the amount of cover these characters have. They both have kind of half cover now. So I'll move this far. Yeah, that's something I'm going to need to look at. The camera's not really there yet. I'm going to allow, it's currently computer, when it goes computer controlled, the computer just manages the camera, and it does so reasonably well, but it's not there yet. So I'm also going to, I'll work on that, and I'll also allow the player just to adjust the camera whatever the way they see fit as well, like no computer interference. And I'm just going to heal him up now before I throw him out into the open again. So that's a pretty good chance to hit there. And you can make it a bit better. There's not really any point conserving AP, so I'll just go for that, 85%. That's you might remember the last time the camera was rotated around. I have been thinking of rotating it if there's no line of sight to the character, but that may not be very good user experience because it might just be jerking all over the place, so I need to find a good way to do that. And now, since the situation is a little less critical, I'll just chuck a grenade for the fun of it. Probably needs to be tweaked as well in terms of damage, but I guess it really is intended to hit a group. So I could potentially put this character out of it now. Yeah. And that's her turn. Just going to close in and try to finish this character off. And I don't think any more healing's really necessary. No, I don't have any health kits left anyway. And 28% chance, that's the effect of cover in that case, so a better chance to hit her, and I'll go for that. That's a miss. And looks like she's going to heal. No. Close combat. So one more hit should finish this character off. And I guess just close in. I think this is also a little too dark right now. So that's something I'll also work on, and it's just really a matter of closing in now and finishing off this character. The amount of health kits the enemies have it's finite, and it's just a regular amount in the alpha. But the plan is for the full game to determine it based on the characters or the factions' equipment level, like how well equipped they are. Not too sure about it yet, but I'll think more about it. And you can see what's in the ground there. You can pick up this stuff and use it yourself, or flog it in the shop to buy other equipment. And that's pretty much it now for this video. As I said, the alpha is getting very close. I need to set up a website and I need to do some other things before I can release it. But I would say maybe just over a week at this point. So if you're interested in, if you want to be first or get get an early notification on when it's available, you're most welcome to drop by the Facebook page, which I'll leave a link for, and I'm also posting all the information on IndieDB, so I'll also post a link for that. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and hopefully that you'll be able to play this soon.